you can't really live simply without living humbly, because the truth of yourself is always before your eyes. You're, always looking and seeing. If I want to walk in the footprints of Christ and Francis, then I can't be all that important in the eyes of the world. I simply have to be important in the eyes of God. And that's what I seek every day, is try to be little before the Father. The outgrowth of poverty and humility is tremendous freedom. That's the goal. And that's wonderful, because many people in our world today are not free, even within themselves. They're bonded to something, or they're shackled to something, and yet God created each one of us free. I'm very interested in childlikeness in adults, because it always stands out. How we laugh, how we cry, how we treat one another is basically based on how I learned to do those things as a child, not as an adult. Because it has to grow. It has to grow like everything else, like the mentality that has to grow so that we arrive at maturity, whatever that is. In looking back over my life, everything seems to fit into a pattern that I didn't develop, so it has to have been developed by God. And if I have ever failed to respond to that pattern, that's not God's fault. That's my own human weakness. And that has occurred too, where I've kind of argued with him and said, well, I don't understand why you're doing this at this particular time. But he listened.